So you've discovered these incredible foods called microgreens, and now you're wondering, what are microgreens used for? Why do people use them, and how do they use them in their food? By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what microgreens are used for, along with over 15 ideas for how to use them, helping you to get your greens in, or in this case, your microgreens. For the best microgreens content on the internet, be sure to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube and ring that bell. That way you get notified when I come out with new videos on Tuesdays. I'm Donny Greens, and I've been a commercial microgreens farmer since the year of 2016. Because of this, I know all the different reasons why microgreens are used. And I also have a bunch of experience teaching how to use microgreens because I've helped show my customers how to eat them. So let me take you through this exact information, that way you can learn too. And be sure to stay till the end where I list 15 ideas on how to use them. There are really two main reasons to use microgreens, both of which are culinary applications because microgreens are an edible food product. The first main reason to use microgreens is for their health benefits. Because microgreens are so young when they're harvested, all of their nutrients, their vitamins, their enzymes, it's all concentrated compared to the adult vegetables. Some, like broccoli microgreens for example, even contain high amounts of potent cancer-fighting phytochemicals called sulforaphane. That's one of the reasons why broccoli microgreens have become so popular. Each microgreen variety has its own unique nutrient profile, but in general, all of the microgreens are extremely good for you, which makes microgreens such a popular choice as a health food product. So that's the first reason to use microgreens, for their health benefits. The second main reason microgreens are used is for their dish enhancing abilities. Microgreens are a great way to add flavor to a plate of food because not only are their nutrients concentrated because they're so young at harvest, their flavors are extremely enhanced as well. They're also really beautiful, which makes them great for using as a garnish. For these reasons, chefs love to use microgreens and are a common source of sales when running a microgreens business. So between these two categories, these two main categories, this should answer your question. What are microgreens used for? They are used by health-conscious consumers for their potent health benefits, and they're used by chefs for their plate enhancing abilities, both visually and for flavor. Next, I want to share some examples of how you can use the microgreens. That way you can get some good ideas for how to use these microgreens in your own life. Or maybe you have a microgreens business and you want some ideas to be able to share with your customers. But before I do this, go down below in the comments and let me know, where did you first hear about microgreens? If you're searching for what microgreens are used for, you've heard about microgreens somewhere. So let me know where you heard about microgreens in the first place. I'm very curious and I love to hear your feedback. So jump down below in the comments and just let me know really quickly where you first heard about microgreens. Okay, let's talk about how to use those microgreens. First off, I'd like to mention a term called piggybacking. This is where you add the microgreens to whatever else you're already eating. And this is my favorite way to teach people how to use microgreens because you're already eating food. Now you're just gonna take your microgreens and add it to whatever food you're already eating. Another thing I wanna mention before this list of ideas is that microgreens are very small and delicate. If you're using them in cooking or heated dishes, I recommend adding them at the very end, like after you take the stuff off the heat. That way they stay a little bit more robust, and they also will hold their nutrition a little bit better that way, rather than the nutrition getting degraded with the heat. All right, let's jump into those various uses. Salads. Microgreens are often used as salad greens, adding a burst of color, texture, and flavor. They can be mixed with traditional salad greens, or they can be used on their own to create their own little microgreen salad. Sandwiches and wraps. Microgreens make excellent additions to sandwiches, wraps, and even burgers. Their small size and delicate leaves add a fresh and crisp element to these dishes. Garnishes. Microgreens are frequently used as garnishes to enhance the visual appeal of various dishes. They can be sprinkled over soups, entrees, or appetizers for a decorative touch. Smoothies. Adding microgreens to smoothies is a nutritious way to incorporate their health benefits. They blend really well and add subtle flavor to the smoothie. Soups and stews. Microgreens can be used as a finishing touch for soups and stews, adding a burst of freshness just before serving. Eggs and omelets. Microgreens can be folded into omelets or sprinkled on top of scrambled eggs. This will enhance the flavor and the nutritional content of the dish. And what I like to do is I like to make some fried eggs and put them over a bed of microgreens. Pasta and rice dishes. Microgreens can be stirred into pasta or rice dishes, providing a nutritional boost and adding an extra layer of flavor. Stir fries. Tossing microgreens into stir-fried dishes towards the end of cooking preserves their freshness and adds a pop of color. I'd like to add here that pea shoots are specifically very delicious when sauteed in garlic. Pizza toppings. Microgreens can be used as pizza toppings, either added after baking for a fresh touch, or even incorporated into the pizza before cooking. Sushi rolls. Microgreens can be used in and on sushi rolls. This provides a crisp and fresh element that also complements the other ingredients. They can also add some nice flavor to those sushi rolls. Infused water and beverages. This one is often not even thought about when it comes to microgreens, but some microgreens like basil and mint, for instance, can be used to infuse water or beverages, adding that subtle herbal flavor. Culinary art and fine dining. This is kind of like garnishing, but chefs often use microgreens as a creative and visually appealing element in fine dining dishes. Snacking. Microgreens can be enjoyed as a nutritious and flavorful snack on their own or with a dip. Cocktail garnishes. The microgreens for their flavor could even be mixed into cocktails, or you could use the small microgreens as a garnish to make the cocktails even more visually appealing. Small wraps and rolls. Microgreens can be used to make small wraps and rolls, making bite-sized and visually appealing appetizers. All right, that's about it. I shared with you 15 different ways to use these microgreens, as well as the 2 main reasons that microgreens are used. One being the health benefits of these microgreens, and the other being the plate enhancing effects, visually or for their flavors. So now you know what microgreens are used for, but what if you want to start growing your own microgreens at home? I created a microgreens challenge that walks you through the growing process day by day, ensuring that you grow your first trays of microgreens successfully. I've really mastered the art of growing these microgreens because of my experience as a microgreens farmer, and I'm pumped to be able to share this knowledge with you so you can grow your own at home. So join the challenge at onetrayaway.com. You really may be just 1 tray away from a greatly enhanced life via this new skill of growing microgreens. To learn what microgreens taste like, click this video or watch the other video to learn exactly what microgreens even are in the first place. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and be sure to share this video with anybody you think may enjoy it. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Peace.